Kids don't get enough sleep and usually end up falling asleep or zoning out during class. 77% of the 56 kids we surveyed said they fall asleep or zone out during class almost every day.
Our hypothesis is that kids will learn better and be more focused in class if they have more time to sleep.
Sleep amount. The average middle school student needs about 8.5 to 10 hours of sleep a night. The average elementary student needs 10 to 11 hours, and the average high school student needs 7 to 9 hours. 80% of the 56 kids that we surveyed said they're always tired in the morning. 13% that said they're sometimes tired, and 7% said they're never tired.
We surveyed teachers and asked them who's ever in annoyance if students come in late because they overslept. The results were astonishing. 87% of teachers said it was sometimes or always annoying. In addition to surveying the teachers, we asked the attendance clerk to count the amount of people who overslept in 3 days. Shockingly, 38 kids overslept in 3 days. That means about 12 kids oversleep every day.
We think with more sleep, students will be prepared for class and more awake. Studies show that with more sleep, students get higher test scores, which would be better for the district. The first part to our solution is to have the high school and middle school start later. That results in the elementary school starting at the same time or as they usually do.
The second part to our solution is to have a 0 hour twice a week. It's a 0 hour kids who want to come in and take an extra class or get some work done can come in earlier to do so. The other kids can start at a regular time, giving them more time to sleep.
The third part to our solution is to have vending machines in the halls. The vending machines would be filled with healthy snacks that would give kids more energy. To get our idea out there, we created more rest, better tests, t-shirts, and coffee mugs, along with the 0 hour vending machine buttons. We could have students and staff wear those products to help encourage a later start time, 0 hour and healthy vending machines. In addition to products, we created posters that we had hung around the school to promote our solutions.
Another way we thought of to get our idea out there is to use social media. Soon we will be using sites like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to communicate information as well as gather feedback about our proposal.
If these modifications are made, we will be a better school to go to. We hope you consider our proposal. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, girls. I might have missed this because I was running back and forth. What is your proposed start time?
We were thinking more like 8:20 instead of 7:40.
So really just a 40-minute difference.
Yes.
Right. And what time do the elementary schools start?
They start at either 8:40 or 9:20.
Okay. Okay. I'm wondering about busing, but I think that it's a good idea to consider moving middle school later if it is too early for your bodies. I thought that it was very interesting that if your different parts of your campaign, the start time, the 0 hour, vending machine, social media, can you tell me a little bit more about the 0 hour idea? I think you said 2 times a week.
Yeah, we would only do it like 2 times a week. Like the high school already has it, but I think it'd be good to have the middle school, like the kids that want to take extra classes, or the kids that don't want to come to school.
So you would hope that the kids who sign up for that would be the ones that would be motivated to be there in time. Awesome, thank you. All right, that's all. Thanks, ladies.
I'm Jonathan. I'm Aiden. And I'm Will Davis. The problem is, the students are leaving trash on lunchroom tables and floors. We asked students 3 different questions. Is lunchroom trash a problem? About 90% of the kids said it was a problem. Then we asked them whose job it was to keep the lunchroom clean. 38 out of 50 students said that it's either the students or both jobs to keep the lunchroom clean. Then we asked them who does keep the lunchroom clean today, and almost everyone said that the janitors keep the lunchroom clean. Video, but okay, so we interviewed a lunchroom monitor, Mr. Michelson. We asked him about the lunchroom trash being a problem and like people in teams leaving trash on the ground. And we also asked him about how much trash is like accumulated from all the bags. And he said something around like 2 whole bags from lunchroom trash being picked up. The data shows that students know the problem, but disregard it anyways. Our solution to the problem, just trash it. Whenever I use the clicker, it's like going back. How it will work. We will divide the lunchroom into 3 different sections. The section with the least amount of trash is the winner. The winning side gets to go outside. These are the campaign ideas to get the solution out there. Idea 1, posters. We would put posters up around the school to have awareness and get out there about the idea. Idea 2, t-shirts. Students and our teachers are walking around school with these t-shirts. It will make students think about if they throw away their trash or what person they want to be. Idea 3 is coffee runs. A lot of teachers around the school have coffee in the morning, and if they were using these, it would show students their support for the problem. Follow our Instagram at Just Trash It for weekly updates. And idea 5 is phone cases, because everybody loves to play on their phone, and everybody sees people playing on their phone. So they saw that phone case, they'd be like, oh, cool, my friend's doing this, why not? how it will affect the community, you might ask. If we fix this problem, then it'll just make the lunchroom a better place overall, look better, smell better, and for the janitors, it will put less unnecessary work on them.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I just have a question again about your presentation tool. Why did you decide to use emails? I think it's a really cool site. What made you go with that?
We wanted to use emails because it had a lot of different various slides to use, and there's a lot of different features that you could use on the slides.
Okay.
Well, sorry about some of those technical glitches. My question was about your contest, which I thought was kind of interesting, the 3 sections and the winner goes outside.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit more about that. I feel like there's always consistently one section that wins. So there's like 1/3 of the 7th graders that get to go out every week. And, there's 2/3 that don't get to go out. I don't know, do you think the other sections would be motivated to clean up? I'm just trying to figure that out, like, would it end up being something where it's just a certain group of kids that goes out every day, or do you think that wouldn't happen?
Well, I think that we usually half the lunchroom goes outside, and it's probably about half from each side that shows that everybody wants to go outside. So I think that would really motivate them to pick up the trash.
So at the end of the day, when you guys are dismissed, then your lunchroom supervisors would kind of look at the 3 quadrants, and then the next day they would say, okay, quadrants, whatever. This section gets to go out today because of their trash. Is that how it would work, for the next day?
Yeah, that would be how it works.
Cool. I like it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Guys, make sure you put that chat. After this next group, we'll have Jackson, Sam, Robbie, Logan, and Will, and Brett, Cole, and Dave.
Hi, I'm Tommy Hennker. I'm Monty Mill. I'm Sarah Ramsey. Today we would like to talk to you about the amount of disrespect shown towards substitute teachers. We asked kids if they've ever shown any disrespect towards substitute teachers, and 76.2% said yes, they have, and 28.8% said they have not. That is just absurd. And then we asked if you ever seen anyone disrespect, and everyone said yes. Our follow-up question was, what kind of disrespect have you seen? We had 16 people said that they talked back, 12 people said change seats, 9 people said talking while teachers talking, and 24 people said phone prayers. We think that's unacceptable. Our hypothesis is that the more we reach out and try to help subs through their struggle, the more we will succeed. We came up with some solutions, such as making more detailed seating charts, and if it happens more than once,
in class and the kids don't get to work with their friends in group projects. And also we'd have more detailed seating charts for the substitute teachers. We came up with some campaign ideas. Like we made t-shirts, mugs, and hats. And our slogan is "Teachers are teachers, so we should respect them." We also made some signs that we could hang around the school.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm curious if you had a chance to talk to any substitute teachers throughout this project and get their perspective.
We were actually planning to talk to the long-term shelter, Ms. Ryland, but then we couldn't find the time outside of school because she's obviously teaching in school hours. But we really wanted to.
Okay.
Could you go back to the part of your presentation that had your solutions? I saw detailed seating charts. Okay, it happens when one's class kid gets a note home. Okay, so, I think that's good. I think sometimes as teachers, we don't communicate always as well as we could. So sending the note home. All of these are kind of put on the teacher to enforce. So detailed seating charts, a note home comes from the teacher. Kids don't get their work time, so teachers take that away. What do you think kids can do during class when there's a sub there to follow your slogan, teachers are teachers, respect? What can the students do?
Well, it all starts out with just a couple kids, and then it just goes in a snowball effect, and the whole class ends up being respectful to the sub.
So big elephants.
What?
Big elephants.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys. Can you close your presentation so we can see who's next? We're right on schedule, so the group after this group was Jack, Sam, and Robbie.
I'm Sam.
I'm Jack.
I'm Robbie. And we chose to do our apathy project on littering and parks. We sent a survey out to our 50 Southview students. One of the questions we asked was, have you ever littered in a park? 66.6% said yes, they have. About 33.3% said no, they haven't.
The same 50 people responded to how much litter they see in parks. 14% said 15 or more pieces of trash. 28% said 10 to 14 pieces of trash. 40% said 5 to 9 pieces of trash. 18% said 1 to 4 pieces of trash. And nobody said they'd never seen litter in parks. Another question was how often do you see litter in parks? 13 people said every time. 19 people said most of the time, 11 people said sometimes, and 7 said rarely.
Another question was, what would you do if you saw litter in parks? We were very surprised to find out that roughly 62% of the people we asked would do anything besides pick it up. For example, they would goof off with it, complain about it, or throw it. So why do people litter? People litter because they don't understand the consequences of littering. They just don't care, but they're too lazy. The environment is majorly affected by litter. Animals can choke on pieces of trash and die, or get caught in a piece of litter and get severely injured. Also, lots of litter pollutes the air, which is bad air for humans and animals to breathe in. Our target audience is people who don't think litter is a problem. Are you here for stopping litter? Basketball trash cans. What is a basketball trash can? A basketball trash can will have a backboard and a large rim attached to the top of the trash can, perfect for slam dunking. We will have compost and non-compost trash cans. Our hypothesis is that people want to throw their trash away when it is fun, by slam dunking their litter into the basketball trash cans. And what's more fun than a slam dunk? With the compost from the compost trash basketball trash cans, we can make gardens and parks to make parks look more presentable, which will make more people want to go to them. How will we get our idea across? Our slogan, don't be a punk, don't feel junk. Phone cases, coffee mugs, t-shirts, and our logo. Don't these parks look great? Let's keep them that way. Don't litter. Remember, parks are not trash cans. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Wondering if there's a particular park that you saw the most trash at, or what park that you'd like to focus on?
There's a lot of litter at all the parks. Well, and at the time, most of it was covered in snow, so we didn't go to many parks. And at the ones we did go to, we saw about 10 to 5, like most of them.
Okay.
Lovely idea. One thing I'm wondering about is getting the parks to that condition so that at least throwing the trash away, because what you just said was right now, well, now it's probably a little different with the snow melted, but a lot of trash is moved by snow. I'm wondering if there's an element of your campaign that could be added that would include like a community cleanup day in the spring. And then the idea is just like when you clean your room, right? If you maintain it, it's a lot easier than if you keep trashing it. I'm wondering if that's an idea that you guys would consider adding to your campaign.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I agree that it would be much less work if we do that, other than keeping the, like just keep trashing it and do it all together.
Cool, thanks you guys, have a seat.
We did homeless animals in the metro area, and I'm William Leonard, and I'm Logan Silva. We interviewed 50 people, and we asked them 2 questions. Our first question was, how many people have gotten their pet from a homeless shelter? And about 48% said that they got their pet from a homeless shelter. And this is a major problem because then thousands of homeless animals are then still being left at the homeless shelter. Then we asked how
have you ever seen a homeless animal like on the street in the city or something? And 78% of kids said that they had seen a homeless animal, and then 50% of kids said that they did nothing and they just kept walking along, and then only 10% of kids said they helped it.
We believe that this problem here is that people see animals but do nothing. We want to change that. According to our interview results, people who didn't help never even told their parents about that so they could help. We would like to make the amount of seen homeless animals on the street go down by 8% by 78 to 70.
Then we came up with the idea that before you buy an animal, you can rent it, so you can see if it fits in with your family, and if your family likes the dog and the dog likes you.
We think this can help us achieve our goal of reducing homeless animals. We need teachers to support this ongoing problem. It would be a great asset to support our campaign.
We can really raise awareness of available pets to rent or buy by posting stuff on Instagram and Twitter about their breed type and personality and how much you can rent or buy them for.
Thank you for watching. We hope you take our information to heart. If you saw a homeless animal, would you help it?
Thanks, guys. I'm wondering if you had any contact with any homeless shelters or any organizations that would kind of be.
No, we did not go to any homeless shelters or homeless animal shelters or the Humane Society.
And are you aware of any existing, I guess, I like your idea of renting a pet before actually, yes, welcoming it fully into your home. Are you aware of any other programs that I would do that?
No, we looked at the Humane Society and other homeless shelters in Minnesota, and we did not see anything like that.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Our Apathy project is Trash at Framework. I'm Coach.
I'm Aiden Stanley.
And I'm Burlington.
Trash at Fremont is affecting players, fans, and the other visitors' experiences.
Have you ever seen trash floating around the Braemar lobbies? Imagine stepping in nasty ramen noodles. We interviewed 119 people who go to Braemar a lot. What we found was not surprising. About 75% of people said that trash was a major problem at Braemar. 17% said it didn't really bother them that much, and only 7% said it was not a problem. And that's the only the kids that we interviewed. Who is responsible for the trash at Braemar? This is what people said. About 55% say it's the players, about 27% say it's the fans, about 16% say it's the children.
We asked the people that we interviewed about how to solve the problem, and they gave us some more in-depth responses. About 50% said that we should put up signs reminding people not to litter. About 1/3 said that we should hire more janitors or pay them higher salaries. And about 12% said that we should put more trash cans in our burden.
Here are 2 ways. Our goal is to create a more enjoyable and clean environment for the players, students, readers, fans, and visitors at Braemar.
The trash at Braemar creates unclean, unsanitary environment for everybody that visits and watches games.
Here are 2 ways we think would be good solutions to our problem. Have the announcer say, please pick up your trash after every varsity game. Even have a flashy trash can contest at Braemar over a time span of a week. You can go home and make your flashy trash can you think will attract the most trash. You can put it anywhere in Braemar, and people will put trash in it. Each trash can is a vote, and the trash can with the most votes or trash in it will be the winner. The winner gets a coupon to General Sports, snack bar, and a pizza party for the hockey team, family, or skating team. The janitor said they pick up 15 to 20 bags of garbage after each varsity hockey game. That's around 210 bags a season. That's ridiculous. A clean environment makes places more enjoyable. Clean Braemar, happy fans.
We came up with a couple ideas to get our message out. Our first idea was a t-shirt. We also came up with mugs, keychains, and phone cases.
Cheryl, you are keeping Braemar clean with this hashtag. This is the logo that we use on all of our products. This logo is bold and stands out, so it'll be very easy to recognize. We think these collectibles will help get the message out. Many people would buy them because we put them at a very cheap price. People will notice and make the change in throwing out their trash. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. With the things that you're selling with your logo and whatnot, what would the money go to?
They go back into Braemar so they can either make more money for the snack bar or pay the janitor. More trash cans.
If you had to choose between the announcer, the products, or the trash can contest, or Twitter, of those 4, which one do you think would be the most effective in eliminating
I think the trash can contest would be good because it's a fun way for people to throw away their trash, and there's some rewards in it too, so more people participate.
I thought that was a really cool idea. Good thing to maybe share with people at Braemar, honestly. You could even have each team make their own trash can. You know, and then each team would have a stake in it. It's cool. Thanks, you guys. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Asha. I'm Annie. I'm Lydia. If I could ask for your cooperation for a quick experiment, please stand up, right where you are, and quietly draw the places I count down 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No more alert. The book spark on physical activity affects brain activity in a positive way. When you exercise, blood flows through the brain and helps the brain function better. And when your brain is functioning better, you are more focused and alert. Our problem is that students are not getting enough physical activity in the classroom, resulting in a short attention span.
We think this is a problem because we're expecting the information students are learning in class and they're missing out on important material.
We predicted that most students get distracted in class and keep going through the problem. We've sent out a survey to 58 of our
friends and peers to see what they thought about the problem.
We asked students about how often they get distracted in class, and every kid that took the survey said that they get distracted sometime throughout the school day.
We asked kids how long it takes them to get distracted in class, and most kids said it only takes them 15 minutes to get distracted in class.
We asked students what class they had the most trouble staying focused in, and 50% of the students said social studies.
45% of the students said math class they had trouble focusing in.
And 41% of kids said that their world language was the class they had trouble staying in.
We also asked what made them get distracted, and 69% of the students said they got distracted because of the ones they taught, which we had predicted.
We think this problem is easy to fix. If we get a little movement in the middle of the talk, kids won't have as trouble focusing in.
We asked kids if there were any classes they feel like they need physical activity in, and 44% of kids said that gym was a class they feel like they get physical activity in. The next highest percentage said that they feel like they don't get any physical activity during the school day.
Our goal is to get every kid 10-15 minutes of physical activity during the school day. We realize this isn't easy because there is no recess and gym classes every other day, so our goal is to get more physical activity.
The way we like to choose goal is to have 2 to 5 minutes of physical activity in every block class. Could be a short exercise or a fun game.
The immediate impact this will have on students and teachers is that students will be more ready to learn and stay focused in class.
The long-term impact is that kids will be learning more and their grades might go.
If our idea continues, this is what our campaign will look like in the future.
With teachers' buttons and buttons, we could get people motivated to want to change the lack of physical activity in our school.
With a social media page, we'll post promise of our campaign and get more people on board.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you. I love the way that you had us all stand up and think about that. Who would you say is your primary target audience?
Probably teachers.
Okay, so if you think about that, how can you get the message out to teachers to change the way that they format their classes?
Well, we could put posters up and we could ask teachers and stuff and moms and stuff because teachers really didn't talk to them.
Very true.
I'm wondering if you have any specific examples of like a fun game or an activity that you've seen in classes that maybe other teachers would try.
Maybe some movement with, like, when they're talking, I know sometimes in social studies usually have us get up and we kind of think about, like, talk about the questions you ask. So,
Okay. Thank you very much, Lynn. All right, so we have a few minute break here, so you can get up and stretch, and if you have anyone to talk to or come up to your performance, I've got their group. I also said sitting back in. Our next group is India, Connor, and his wife, followed by Elizabeth, Brad, and Marty, and Alina, Izzy, and Tanya will round out our morning.
This is our apathy project, our class also data by GTS will
And also, by the way, I haven't practiced this because I've been gone. So.
No. You're saying no.
By the way, if you couldn't tell, that guy just got hit by a car.
So, we interviewed 18 people, and 18 out of the 18 people we interviewed said that crosswalks would make a diner safer, and 14 out of 18 people said that there's not a crosswalk in the street.
We also got the mayor's thing saying that he wanted, that everyone wanted more crosswalk in Ghana.
Our goal is to have more crosswalks in the diner, make people safer in general.
Our solution is to have it so, to say like 70 cars are passing in the street per hour, then, they're, like, for example, busy avenues like Banks Avenue, there'd be more crosswalks there for the one that's 75 per hour.
We think what this would do it would make a lot more people be hit by cars and be safer, and also it would encourage walking so that people can be more healthy.
So, we'd like to thank you guys for watching our presentation.
Thank you, guys. In your presentation, I saw a lot of people getting hit by cars. Is this a real problem? Do you have any numbers on how much of these types of accidents occur in Uganda?
We didn't gather any like info on that, but I think it is a problem in Uganda. It's like, but it's not as big. It's like a few people, I'd say, per month, but like that's a few people per month. I'd say.
Do you know what area you would focus on specifically?
What do you say?
What area of Uganda would you, I guess, automatically you want crosswalks at?
I would say streets like Banks Avenue, and other busy streets like that. There's all connecting streets.
Who would you say is your primary target audience with your campaign?
Walkers and people that live like maybe also bikers.
Walkers and bikers? Okay, thank you.
Welcome, my name is Marty Pardo. My name is Brent Hausman. And my name is Lizzie Keller. Our Apathy project is about kids being exposed to inappropriate content at a young age. Many kids are saying these things and not knowing what is good and what is bad. Kids almost always have access to media. This can lead them to being able to see violent, sexual, and inappropriate content. We looked up the movie ratings on the Motion Picture Association of America, and we found that rated G and PG movies mean all ages admitted. PG-13 movies mean some material may be inappropriate for children under 13. Rated R movies mean under 17 require an accompanying parent or adult guardian. Parents are urged to learn more about the film before taking their young child with them.
and NC-17 movies may clearly adult. The definition that Marty just read for R-rated movies said parents should learn more about the film before taking their young children with them. We do think parents should learn more about the film first, but we do not think parents should take their young children to R-rated movies. Because what would you consider a young child? 5, 6, 7-year-olds? Let us ask you this. Would you take your 5-year-old son or daughter to a movie that says the F word more than twice in a minute? Kids are like sponges, and if you take them to a movie like this, they will come out saying these words and having these ideas in their head.
Video games can have violent and sexual content. If parents want to know more about what their kids are playing, they should know the appropriate age for their child. EC and E-rated video games are for everyone and mostly ages under 10. E10 plus is for everyone 10 and up. T or teen is for everyone 15 and up, but may include mild swears. M and AO are for everyone 17 and up. They include violent and sexual content as well as online gambling with real money. If you ever see the rating RP, make sure to know what the video game is about before your children play. When kids are exposed to violence at a young age, it can lead to them interpreting that violence is okay and can lead to new games. To prevent this, you can always backbench the video games.
Ads play a huge role in our problem. When kids are online, ads can pop up anywhere. Also, when kids are watching TV and are flipping through channels, commercials can have violent, sexual, or inappropriate content. Google allows you to have safe search on almost any device you have. Safe search allows your kids to search stuff online without anything you wouldn't want them seeing coming up.
To figure out how big the problem was, we surveyed students here at Southfield. We surveyed 75 students here at Southfield, and the first question we asked is, do your parents swear in public? These are our results. 44% said yes, 41% said sometimes, and 13% said no. The second question we asked is, have you seen R-rated movies? 52% said yes, 42% said some, and 5% said no.
The last question we asked them was, does swearing feel like a big deal to you? And 3% said yes, 40.3% sometimes, and 56.7% said no. This is one reason why kids swear. They don't see it as bad words they're saying. What can you do? You can watch your language and actions around kids, and you can also check the content of the video game or movie before letting your child watch or play it. Why should you care? Think about what other people think of you when your kid shows up at school saying these words. Think about what the teachers and other parents think of you when they hear this stuff coming from your kid.
We created 3 slogans to remind people about this problem. Our first one is swearing is not caring. Our second one is what is it rated? And our third one is when we swear you did it good. Another thing we created to help solve this problem is making April a swear-free month, which everyone tries to compete with other people to not swear. See how long you can last.
We think our products and ideas will bring awareness to our problem. So making April non-swearing month will make a fun way to stop swearing. See if you can last longer than your friends and your family. Thanks for watching our presentation and have a great day.
Thanks, ladies. I like your idea of the don't swear month. Is there any sort of incentive or any sort of contest that goes along with that, or is it just people monitoring their own behavior?
Well, we didn't think we would make any prizes. We think like you could, because everybody wants to see if they can like meet their friends and their family members. So like see if you can do the winner of your family, something like that.
Okay.
What do you think the long-term effects are of your idea here? So if we can get people to stop swearing so frequently, if students or younger kids aren't exposed to swearing, how does that change our community or change the way that those kids are behaving or viewed as they grow older?
Well, swearing can create other bad habits, or like interpreting that violence and other stuff is like not bad. But our long term is that every April each year, like in schools, like the no bullying would become a non-swear month.
Thank you very much.
Hospitalizations for eating disorders jumped by 192% between 1999 and 2006 for kids younger than 12, according to an analyst by the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality. Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm a woman, and I'm Lucy Howard, and this is a presentation on perfection and unrealistic goals for media. How many times have you turned on the TV and seen ads for dieting, clothes, or meals that you can buy so you can lose weight? From such a young age, the idea that being the same size as the enemy to be pretty is drilling into our heads. So what's the problem? The problem is the media is influencing teens to look a certain way to be beautiful, and causing future generations to think that they aren't beautiful for being themselves. This mostly happens on the internet nowadays, but it can happen anywhere on the media, from magazines to TV. Speaking of which, here's one more to me. I told that very young girls and boys play with. Kids look at tail, big eyes, flawless skin, just tall and skinny. The media's definition of perfection. But now when things go realistic, things affect the way kids see themselves. 47 out of 62 people we asked know someone who had or had an eating disorder. And then we come to the question, why is this happening? Is this what we want our future generations to think? The media gives the message that unless you're a living Barbie doll, you aren't beautiful. Did you know that the average American woman is about 5'4" and 140 pounds, so the average American female model is 5'11" and 117 pounds? But are your looks really the only thing that make you beautiful? Everything from the toys you play with at a young age, to the magazines you read, to the music you listen to, there are so many day-to-day things that affect how you think we should look. But how big of a problem is this? We asked 62 students a few questions, and one of the questions we asked was, have you ever wanted to look like someone on TV, online, etc.? About 71% said yes, while the other 29% said no. Another question we asked was, do you or anyone you know have a difficult time having a positive self-image? About 89% of people said yes, and the other 11% said no. The next question we asked was, does the media affect the perception of beauty? About 68% of students said yes, while 32% said no. The last question, we showed the students two different pictures of the same woman. We asked if pictures would make people beautiful and why. About 27% said that the first picture was most beautiful, which was natural. While 73% said picture two, and the most common answer for why was makeup why. Our prediction was that the media is influencing teens to look a certain way, causing teens to have a negative view of themselves, and promoting to make the prediction as accurate. Young girls and boys start dieting in second, third, and fourth grade. Teens feeling unworthy simply because of how they look. People feeling overweight and too thin, and even though that they're perfectly healthy. Overall, girls and boys are putting their looks before their health. Now we ask the question, do you have the ability to change? And to answer the question, we come up with a few solutions. Our goal is not to change the media, but to change the teenagers' perception of beauty in themselves. One idea that we had is the compliment mirror. This mirror is exactly what it sounds like. It gives compliments. That when people look in the mirror, instead of thinking negatively, they receive a thoughtful compliment, hopefully helping the person looking in the mirror feel better about themselves and more confident. The next way is to spread the word on social media using the hashtag #BeUseful. If you use the hashtag, it shows that you're willing to be attached to the look a certain way, which you enjoy, be yourself anyways. And it tells people who are struggling with self-image and they're not well, that they can be confused too. And to spread the message even more, we thought that we could use magazines to reach out into media instead of only using social media. The way we can spread the message, this way we can spread the message to a broader audience. Lastly, we designed a simple t-shirt here. This way the message can be seen that even more people can spread the simple but powerful message of being real. Our hypothesis for the future is that teens will feel less pressure to look a certain way, the person will feel more comfortable in their own skin, people will feel less judged and see beauty as more than sneaky. Future generations will have to worry about looks and beauty considerations before time. It starts with me, it starts with you, it starts with all of us here. The sooner people realize that beauty is so much more than how you look, the sooner teens will feel comfortable and confident in their own skin.
Don't go on a fake page just because they want you to. Because if they don't like you, they don't like you to be. They like you because you want to be. Maybe they want you to be. Hashtag be the vote. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, ladies. I like that hashtag. I'm curious if that was something that was your idea or if that's the goal is that something that you heard before.
No, like we came up with it like by ourselves.
Okay, very clever. Yeah.
I'm thinking, give me a minute. I thought that was a really good topic, and as a woman, and I know we've had conversations about this, this is something that girls really struggle with in our society and our community. So I appreciate that you tackled such a difficult issue. And I think a lot of what you're talking about is mindset, which is why I love that you said you're not attacking media. You're going to instead focus on the girl and then getting her to change. And I think you have a good start on that. I'd love to see even more ideas about how this could continue to roll out. But thank you very much. Great job. Okay, we're going to give you a 2-minute stretch break, and then we're going to ask you to return to your seats, and Mr. Michelson and I have some wrap up to do and to talk about your grade, okay?
He really needs to. All right, folks, why don't you return to your seat? You have a few things to say, and then we'll let them get their pictures. And then you do have your grades, please.
While you're sitting back down, let's hear it once again for some awesome performances today.
So I have to say that you guys set the bar high for the rest of the day. I think I saw just some really good presentations today. I am really proud of the work that you did, and you worked hard over the last month, and there were a few times where I was wondering how it was all going to come together and what today would look like. And I was really impressed. So well done. You can be very proud of the work that you did, and I hope that you feel like you have gained some skills through this unit that will be applicable in other areas of your life, whether it's school or something else.
Yeah, and definitely we saw some people who, given the added time that they had, this week, I think we saw some good rehearsing that had probably happened. We were a little nervous because usually we do this right during spring break, actually. Now we start the project during a spring break and we come back for performances. So without that added kind of buffer of time, we were a little apprehensive, but I think this class especially really showed what you can do in just a month's time.
You can expect to do some more debriefing on this when we come back to school next week. We'll do some talking and some journaling. And kind of wrapping up, we're going to follow up this unit with a couple activities. And then we're going to do some preparation next week for the MCA. We take the MCAs the week before before spring break. So one thing just to mention right now, and then we'll get to your grades, is that you're going to need a read and relax book again. We're going to start putting in read and relax again next week. And then you'll need to bring that with you when you go to the computer labs for the MCA. So you don't have a book. There will not be time in class Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday to get a book. You're going to have to do that on your own time, okay? Because we have a pretty full class schedule next week.
All right, so let's start getting things back, I guess.
So there are 2 grades, one for Mr. Michelson, one for me, and you just average them. So it's not written on here, so you have to do your own math, but it's usually pretty simple.
I know my grades are already on the school grade, and this will be there very shortly.
Yeah, probably, I can't find my grade book right now, so maybe I have a feeling I left it on my couch last night, so yeah, maybe tonight.
Yeah, okay, so I have Eliza's group with Laney and Melissa.
Izzy, Amina, and Tanya.
I don't know if I grab a person. Will, Brady, Charlie.
Yeah, you can just send one person up and then you can look at it. Connor, Aditya, Lee, Eric.
Alex and
Jack, Sam, Robbie.
see Will, Brady, Charlie, you guys. Oliver, Paul, Jack.
Brett, Cole, Aiden. Logan and Will. Lydia, Abby, and
Mabel
Sean.
and Hannah. Zach and Jay.
This is Mary, Anna, and Sabrina.
Nas, Kevin, and Max.
Will, Aiden, and Jonathan.
Emma, Ikram.
Tawny, Sai, Monty. Marty, Bren, Elizabeth. Everybody got one back, right?
We've got about a minute left, so why don't you make sure you're cleaning up and we can filter out through the back.
Just do me a favor, hold on to those until Monday. If for some reason my grade book is like sitting in the gutter somewhere, I might need those scores again. So do not throw those away. Hold on to them at least until Monday. Oh, reading log. If you didn't turn in your reading log, I'll still take it from you today. You don't have your reading log with you today. Why don't you put it in my box in the office? Okay. The last reading log. We collected them on Tuesday. Did we collect them on Tuesday, Mr. Michelson? Oh, so do we need to collect the reading logs? Let's do that on Monday then. Okay? Bring your reading log on Monday and we will collect it on Monday. Please look around your seat and pick up any note cards, any garbage. Do not leave anything behind. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend. I'm just going to keep talking in the microphone.